The big takeaway here regarding reputation is now the foundation of effective marketing. It's no longer enough to do good work. It's no longer enough to have good products and services. Okay? Those things, of course, are important, but you must proactively develop and market your reputation online. Okay? You've got to make sure that those good feelings about your products and services and business end up online so that other people can find them. All right, so that's reputation. Let's talk about reach next. Now, as I said, when you've got that positive reputation, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to as many prospects as you possibly can to let them know the good word about your products and services. Okay? If you're not reaching out to more prospects every day, then the chances of you growing your business long term are pretty slim to none. So let's talk about reach via social media. There are obviously all kinds of ways to reach your target prospects and customers. I mean, there's direct mails, there's doing radio advertising, TV advertising, there's sponsoring local events. I mean, there's tons of ways. But we're going to dive into a couple here, starting with social media. Okay? Social media is just, incredible, the growth it's experienced. 712% since 2005. Right? And that's, probably just about the time frame, maybe, a year after, Facebook was kind of coming onto the scene. So, since then, the growth has just been, ridiculously fast. 66%, of adult internet users access social media, and in 2005, this was true of only 8%. On Facebook, there are now 155 million plus Facebook users in the U.S. and over 1 billion throughout the world. I mean, Facebook is now one of the largest countries in the world. So chances are, no matter who your target audience is, you can reach them on Facebook. And I know a lot of you probably don't think that Facebook is a viable advertising opportunity for you, but I hope to challenge you on that because I've seen Facebook work in just about every industry out there now. So let's talk about 6 reasons to advertise on Facebook. Number 1 is reach. As I said, just a massive number of people are on social media sites, particularly Facebook. So you can reach huge numbers of every group of consumer out there, every type of person out there. And Facebook and social media give you multiple ways to engage with them. So again, whatever industry you're in, whatever group that you're going after, I'm positive you can reach them on Facebook. Next is precision targeting. Facebook's advertising interface is absolutely amazing. If you've never run ads in there, you really should jump in there just to see. You can target people by location, including zip codes and area codes, by age, by birthday, by education, and not just education as like they were a college graduate. I mean, you can target specific classes at specific universities. You can target them based on the connections that they have, based on their demographic information, based on their interests and psychographic information, even on things like their relationship status. So you can get really, really precise in the way that you target people in Facebook. Cost control is super important, particularly for small businesses. I mean, you can advertise on Facebook for as little as $20, $25 a day. So you can control how much you spend for each campaign. The budgets can be very low, as I said. And because of that better targeting, you're getting less wasted spend because you're really doing a rifle precision shot at the people that you're trying to reach versus just kind of doing a shotgun blast, to everybody that you typically do in more of a mass media advertising form. And that speaks to number 4 here, cost efficiency. Okay, so you've got that precision targeting. You've also got an incredible level of measurability of everything that you're doing. Everything in online advertising can be measured, which means that it can be optimized. Okay, so dollar for dollar, there's really no better way to get the word out than through these advertising platforms. Facebook in particular is very simple to use. It's got a great user interface that makes it just a real breeze to set up and get going. If you've used Google AdWords in the past, it's much, much, much easier than that. So very simple and nice advertising platform. And then one of the most powerful things, maybe the most powerful thing about advertising on Facebook is this idea of interest targeting. Okay? Typically, in advertising, what you can do is you can target people by demographic information. Where they live, how old they are, how much income they make, things like that. But advertising starts to become so much more powerful when you can reach people based on their interests, right? So that's the power of Facebook. I mean, everybody that's in Facebook posts everything about their life in there, right? The things they like, the things they don't like, the places they like to go visit, all that good stuff, all gets posted in Facebook. So now you can customize your advertising to really target that information, right? Which just makes it really, really, really powerful. So let me share with you one of the most powerful ways to advertise on Facebook that every business should be taking advantage of. And these are called sponsored story ads. Okay, sponsored story ads essentially convert a user's activity into ads and display the ads to friends of that user. Okay, so that's a mouthful. Let me explain what I mean. And you'll, if you hop onto your Facebook account, you will more than likely find one of these sponsored stories in your feed within a minute or two. So you can see here in this case, Jessica Gronsky was at Starbucks and liked Starbucks. Well, Starbucks paid Facebook to turn that into an ad to show all of Jessica's friends that she liked Starbucks. Okay? So anytime you like something on Facebook, that can be turned into an ad and shown to your network of friends on Facebook. Now, why would Starbucks want to do that? Well, because Starbucks knows that, Jessica and her friends have things in common. So, Starbucks knows that they should show that Jessica likes Starbucks to all her friends and family, and most likely they're going to get other people to like Starbucks as well. So these sponsored story ads typically are geared to increase the likes for your business. So if you have a Facebook profile for your business there, then you can get, likes from more people. And it's a really nice advertising vehicle because it tightly fits into how people use Facebook. It doesn't really show up as this big ad. It just kind of fits in to the rest of the things that are displayed into your stream. And most importantly, you're now targeting people based on psychographics versus just demographics, as we talked about before. Because Jessica and her friends will tend to have interests in common, right? That's what friends do. So you're now getting the benefit of targeting specifically other people that have similar psychographic profiles as the person who just liked your page. So this is incredibly powerful. In fact, Facebook sponsored stories have an 18% lower cost per fan than direct ads. And they have a 53% higher click-through rate than direct ads. So it's a really powerful form of advertising. And it's powerful, like I said, based on this idea that you're sharing somebody's specific experience with your brand with other people who are much more likely to like your brand as well than just the general population that you would be advertising to. So the ads end up being much, much, much more effective. This is a super powerful and very, very simple form of advertising that you can take advantage of on Facebook. And the big takeaway here is, your audience really is socially active online no matter who you're targeting. If you're not reaching them via social media, I'm telling you that your competitors are. And this is a simple form of advertising. It's very accessible, very easy to do, doesn't take a lot of money, and is not very time consuming. So all of you should be taking advantage of it. All right, next let's talk about reach via mobile. Reach via mobile. As I said before, mobile may be the biggest game changer of the three big factors, search, social, and mobile. Let's talk about why that is. Well, mobile searches have quadrupled in the last year according to Google. 1 in 7 searches are now mobile. And the average user spends an average of 2 hours a day on their mobile phone. That number seems light to me, and it's probably because I'm one of these people here. They refer to people as having nomophobia, which is the fear of being out of mobile phone contact. And almost 66% of smartphone subscribers admit to sleeping with their phones. And I have to admit, I'm one of these people. I've got my phone with me at all times, and I'm checking it at all times. Mobile phones and smartphones really have become something that people are just attached to the hip. So reaching people via mobile is incredibly important, particularly if you're running a business that's local in nature. 1 in 3 mobile searches are local in nature, which just means that they're looking for the local restaurant or the pizza shop, and trying to find driving directions or the phone number. Okay, and after looking up a business via mobile, 61% result in a phone call and 59% result in a visit. So people really are taking immediate action when they search for a business on their mobile devices. 6 in 10 prospects have said that they will leave your site if it's not mobile friendly. And 52% of users say a bad mobile experience makes them much less likely to engage with a business. So your goal is to make sure that you have a mobile-friendly website that can easily be found and the information on it be easily accessed. Okay? So this is a good example of actually a mobile site that is not easy, right? I mean, if you're looking at this on your mobile phone, look at all that text. It's not easy to read. It's not easy to navigate. And unfortunately, this actually comes from a website designer, which isn't a good sign. So here's a couple of good examples of how you can make a mobile site much more easy to use and accessible. So you can see on the left hand side again, here's this site called How to Designs, and this is their before picture. You can see lots of small text there and just cluttered and very hard to navigate through and really understand what you're looking at. Versus on the right is their redesign, where they're taking advantage of these big buttons and clear images and very, very, very limited text to make it very easy for someone to navigate through their site. So you want to do the same for your business. You want to make sure that you are easily found on mobile devices because, again, so many searches are now taking place on mobile devices. You've got to make sure that your website is ready to be viewed by those mobile searchers, or you are missing out on a ton of consumer visibility. So the big takeaway here, consumers don't want to be disconnected from their phones. This addiction gives you a chance to stay connected to consumers wherever they go, and you have the opportunity to reach your audience without making them step out of their daily routine, right? If they can just pick up their phone, pick up their mobile device, and find your business easily and connect by making a phone call or getting directions to your business, then they are much more likely to work with you. All right, the third R is resell. And again, resell, that actually encompasses reselling, upselling, and cross-selling. Anything that you're doing there to make sure that once you get a customer, you're maximizing the lifetime value of that customer. Okay? So let's talk about resell via mobile again real quick. Okay, mobile, as I said, maybe the biggest factor of the 3 that we need to be paying attention to. 87% of Americans have mobile phones. 73% say it's their number 1 most used technology device. And 25% of all U.S. households have ditched their landlines, their home phone lines altogether. I know I did several years ago. So mobile has just become a part of our culture. Now, how do you resell via mobile? Well, I think SMS text messaging is one of the most powerful ways that I've seen to date and can be used by so many businesses. SMS messages are just those text messages that you send and receive on your phone, right? Well, there's 6.1 trillion text messages sent and received in 2010, and that number is growing pretty dramatically. SMS text messages are capable of reaching 91% of the U.S. population because that is a capability that's built into almost every single mobile phone that's made. So, why use SMS? Well, instant deliverability. Those messages, will instantly arrive. It's a very flexible, easy-to-use platform. Your consumers have very easy ways to opt in and opt out, so they can get off your list if they really don't want it. So, make sure that you're playing by the rules. There's very high open and conversion rates, meaning that just about everybody opens their SMS messages and they take action on what they find. And SMS messages are very, very low effort to create and send, right? It's just super simple, just a little bit of text.